Yandy out here retweeting kids eating cockroaches. DeSantos is sending migrants over to Martha's Vineyard. There's too much tea, yo. Everyone out here, be careful who you trust. Stay tuned. We about to get into it. What up, y'all? Welcome to Next Mood Swing, this weekly review. It's your boy, DJ Jesse J. Yo, shout out to Madonna for putting Takesha on. If y'all don't know Takesha, she's dope as hell. She's like, she got a whole story too. She's wild as fuck. She an OnlyFans girl and nobody be putting her on. She be doing mad music and everyone like her sound, but nobody be giving her the props. So shout out to Madonna for putting her on. Madonna looked like a leprechaun in that video, but either or, you already know who I got in the room, and she is looking bomb in her little jacket today. Courtney Stewart.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Not much. You know, my computer trying to kill itself, and we're not happy about that. But shout out to Kalana Barfield, who did a line at Target, and that's where my jacket is from. And
wait, that's
all of her
from
stuff
Target?
This is Target, honey, and her line is so cute. There are so many pieces, and I ordered a whole bunch of stuff. Some of it didn't fit, but what fit is cute. And It's actually really good quality for Target, so.
I mean, honestly, don't be playing. Like, I be getting the sweats from Walmart, and they be real cute. I love my little two-piece and a biscuit. Today was the first day of fall, and I just wanted to say this because, I mean, like, when it's the certain seasons, like, I want certain scents. I want certain, like, you know what I mean? Like, vibes.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
Temperatures.
Certain temperatures, which is hitting over here, very much so. We had, like,
It is not hitting here.
Girl, we had a hurricane today. I was like, but you know what I mean? I've been, like, going out and, like, let me just try the pumpkin stuff. You know what I mean? It's fall. Why does all the pumpkin stuff this year specifically, I don't know what it is, but it all tastes like a chemical. Like, none of it
probably is.
I mean, obviously, to some extent, it is a chemical, but, like, I'm wondering, like, because I go into certain stores and they can't restock because of shipping and stuff, and I don't know if you heard about Dollar General or one of the dollar store things, but they had to recall a whole bunch of toothpaste, a whole bunch of pregnancy tests, condoms, a whole bunch of stuff. They had to recall all this stuff because it was sitting in it was waiting in cargo stuff for so long that all the product ended up going bad. So I'm like,
oh my God,
how does that work for a pregnancy test?
I mean, it just means that shit, your ass is pregnant, but thinking you not. Just not reading.
I appreciate the fact that, like, there is a option for that, but, like, I don't know if I would really ever trust that certain option, like, from the dollar store.
What, dollar store pregnancy tests?
Yeah.
Oh, honey, they work. They definitely work.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But so I was thinking, like, maybe like Starbucks and all these places, because now I don't know about Starbucks out there, but Starbucks out here, they don't have none of the breakfast sandwiches. They be all out of the breakfast sandwiches. I'm like, damn.
Now you know I don't go to Starbucks, so I don't really know.
Well, speaking
I
of,
can't help.
You know, eating foods and trying new things, this went viral on TikTok. It was. So, like, on TikTok, people be making the craziest foods and stuff. And so Courtney sent me one, and it was some girl cooking chicken and NyQuil. And apparently, you know, like the mothball thing and what was that thing where people were taking, like, the Tide Pods and eating it? Like, what?
Yes.
Like,
I mean, at least with the Tide Pods, it was a lot of kids thinking it was candy. But this was grown folks with the NyQuil.
Look, I'm just like, it makes no sense to me. Like, nothing about that sounds like you should be doing it, but And then it's like
Or
okay,
it sounds delicious for that matter. It doesn't even sound like it'll be tasty.
exactly. Like you couldn't have thought of nothing else. Like at least what's the one for ear infection that tastes like bubble gum?
But that's like
Amoxicillin.
a amoxicillin.
I
That's an
used to,
antibiotic though.
yo, I used to love amoxicillin. I used to whenever I had an earache when I was younger, I used to be like the bubble gum one. They don't make.
Oh my
I know. It's all right.
god.
Let's get off of that now. I'm just like, where do we draw the line for this? Like, when is too much too much? Like, so NyQuil is too much because the FDA felt like they had to get involved, and they were like, whoa, 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 guys, we do
This is
not recommend
stupid.
this.
Run it back. Like
You know, I just be seeing people eat crazy shit on there. So like this didn't really shock me like that. But what
no.
shocked me about this story was that the FDA like felt like they needed to step out and be like, hey guys, NyQuil and chicken, like let's, you know, Bengay in your soup, like calm down guys. Let's just chill out.
And also like why are people not thinking like this is like a chemical thing. So like you're heating it up and like doing stuff to it to cook it changes its chemical makeup. Like how, for all you know, it'll cause an explosion or shooting ice into your eyes or something. Like who knows? Why would you even? Whatever. People are ridiculous.
Look, I mean, people love them some NyQuil. It's addicting. Um,
Ew.
Other crazy stuff. I'm not even gonna really give too much shine on this, but I know you've seen that video go across the world. And I thought it was interesting because my first reaction was, what? Then I went on her page and like I watched her and I'm like, oh, something's clearly unique about her.
Unique.
I just don't, you know what I mean? And just people, I felt like
Unique.
last week people thought like I was coming for Britney or coming for like Lil Kim. Like, no, I love both of those women. Those women, I love them. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to watch my words, but like, she just seems like she might, you know what I mean? Not keeping up with the Kardashians, if you get my drift. Like, not really, I don't know if she really understands why we all look at it that way, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like she was a little slow. I'm just gonna whatever. I don't give a fuck. Actually, I just
Well,
like
she said what's funny is that so you send me the topics before we do the show, and I had only seen like on my feed like the extra meme videos of people like trying to smash her, like sing along. So I didn't know what was happening. I never turned the volume on. I never listened. I didn't care. I just saw eyelashes that were out of control and decided I was not going to participate because whatever that was not something I needed to deal with. So when you send me the topics, I'm like, okay, well, let me at least find out what the heck actually the video was. So I go to her page, and apparently at that very moment, she was live talking to some random dude on her TikTok and making it very clear that she is not special. And
well, sorry, girl. That's what I was hoping for. That was your pass, girl.
I was like, okay, at this moment, I need to check out of this entire situation because it is all a mess. So I checked out. I was just like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, well, so everyone got freaked out because people feel like she almost got like a brand deal. She was supposed to have some meeting with some business manager. I guess it fell through.
What brand? To do what?
Girl, to get on a remix. I mean,
What?
but you said Chloe Bailey, she did the remix. She did a little remix on it. You know what I mean? Someone asked Young Miami from the City Girls what she thought. She was like, I don't fuck with that. Like, if you're not that, then I hope you would come out and say, in no way was I trying to appropriate or, you know what I mean? Like, explain yourself or something. I don't know. It's a lot. Someone who needs to explain themselves more so, though, personally, is Miss Yandy from Love and Hip Hop. This was just, it goes into question, again, with the NyQuil thing. Like, how do you hold somebody accountable, right? for the stupidity thing that they do? Do you hold the person accountable who's teaching people how to cook chicken with NyQuil? Or is it actually the accountability on the viewer to say, hey, you know what? This is not realistic. Like a movie or a TV show. It's like you see someone get shot on TV. It's like, this is not realistic. I'm not going to, live this in my true life. Whereas TikTok, it's like almost like tutorials. So Yandy has some cleaning or some bug product that she's out here slanging, and it kills roaches and keeps bugs and all these things away from you. So she has a friend, and you can go on the gossip sites and look up who it is. So if you want to go look at it, I mean, this is so embarrassing for that child when that kid gets older, and it's just. But I also blame the mother. Like, you had that on your TikTok. So this mother had on her TikTok her son. She was like videotaping her son, and she didn't realize that her son put a roach in his mouth. Like, Dad was eating a roach. And Yandy saw that, and you can like remix videos on TikTok. So she remixed the video to promote her bug spray product, and yeah, my thing is girl, you had it up. So not only that, but you can, on TikTok, you can have it so that people can't remix your videos or share your videos and things like that. So I just feel bad for the child, because it just seems to me like between the mother and Yandy, but then also Yandy, it's like, as a mom, why would you want to spread that?
Why would you do that? Why?
Both people.
Why? Both people. Why?
No thought for the kid.
Why? Like, why? It's all trash. They were all, whatever. Yandy knew better. Even if it was already up there, you didn't have to use that. I'm sure there's plenty of roach videos that you could have remixed on TikTok that didn't involve somebody's child.
And not only that, but someone like, damn, like, all right. Speaking of New York, the New York governor announced that they're going to be putting surveillance cameras in subway cars, and I'm like, okay, and do what? Like, you can't
look at all the nasty-ish that goes on.
But like, what are you gonna do? Like, I can't even go, to the DMV and get proper service. Like right now, like a lot of these government buildings and whatever, you can't even staff them. So now you're gonna have people watching these cameras for what? I get it to a certain point, but I'm just like, the things that they're gonna see on these cameras is more interesting to me. I think you could get a whole reality show out of probably what they're going to be.
100%. I'm actually surprised that they didn't already have cameras in the cars. So I was kind of like, oh, I guess they don't. Sure. I mean, it helps with crime solving, maybe.
Yeah, like maybe like murders or, kidnappings and
murders,
stuff like
rapes, even theft. Like, you can see people. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but
Interesting. Speaking of kidnapping, Governor DeSantis from Florida made the news, and over here where I'm at, I grew up on Cape Cod. We got Martha's Vineyard, right? A little 30-minute boat ride, go to this nice little island. Well, about 100 migrants were sent over to Martha's Vineyard. The governor felt it would be funny to take a plane. Apparently all these people signed a waiver. They knew that they didn't know exactly where they were going, but they knew that they were going to, I think they call them safety asylums. So there are certain places that are supposedly set up so that they can take these bus loads of migrants and kind of help, integrate them into the city or wherever they are. Martha's Vineyard is the furthest thing from a city, and the fact that it's a sanctuary blows my mind, because I grew up on Cape Cod and never wanted to go over to Martha's Vineyard. There ain't nothing to do there. So and especially if you don't got money, there ain't nothing to do there. And then you got to take a boat to get to the mainland, to go to the mall, to go to anything else, like affordable restaurants, fast foods, anything like that. So just a random ass place, but his whole point of it, I watched this thing on Fox because I was like, let me see what he has to come out and say, because I haven't seen Kamala Harris come out and say anything, because they also sent two buses outside her house.
That was Texas, right?
Yeah, the governor of Texas. Look, for me, I just look at this whole thing and I just think the fact that we're playing with people's lives, like as a joke, like the fact that we're doing that, just left, right, it's all bullshit to me, and it's disgusting, because I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't get why he did it. I understand his explanation as to why he understands why it's his what he did, because the left, I'm sorry, but like Biden has been doing this. We've heard stories about it, and it has been in the news. And this is where I'm like, to Republicans, I'm like, you're acting as if we haven't been concerned about these multiple buses being sent to random towns and just dropping children off. We've been talking about it. So, but now you, just to keep that conversation going or something, because you thought it would be funny to send them to the elite island of Martha's Vineyard.
No.
It,
It's
it
political theater. He wants to
yes.
run for president. He is trying to get people behind him that will be like, yeah, send them to the liberals who think they should be here to begin with. And it's not even like they're honestly doing it because, oh, their resources are stretched so thin and like there's just no way that they can help these people. They're not doing it to help the people. They are completely doing it to show they are anti migrant and anti sanctuary city and anti anything to do with immigrants that are brown and black and don't fit into their stipulations of how they are supposed to legally come, even though we keep having to remind people that asylum seekers are legal migrants.
Mm-hmm.
So until they go through the process of all that to determine that they're not asylum seekers, like they are allowed to just show up and be like, I'm seeking asylum and go through the process. So it's all bullshit. It's a shame and it's sad because there is some word that the people did not know where they were going and that there was some shiftiness in the English release versus the Spanish release that wasn't clear to people and actually tell. And imagine you think you're coming to Florida because maybe you have a distant cousin somewhere in Florida
Exactly.
that you
Yep.
can find, and then suddenly you're in Martha's Vineyard with nothing. That's
And
horrible.
like again, like beautiful place if you got the money for it and want to sit in some like hotel that looks like it was built in 1967 for an overpriced price tag. But to send people there, are there jobs there? Yeah. Guess what? The job season's over. Ain't no jobs there during the winter
Yeah,
for all those people.
yeah.
So it
He did
just
it to be an asshole, and that's why
exactly.
it sucks. Like that's why he did it.
Um, retracting.
Retracting.
Let's retract back to a few weeks ago. We talked about Tiffany Haddish. So
Good
Tiffany,
job.
I guess the case got dismissed.
Yes,
Uh,
it did. That check got cut, honey.
well, so allegedly, people are the blogs are talking, and they're saying that allegedly Tiffany Haddish paid off the alleged victims. And the daughter and the mom came out to like write this thing where they were like, Tiffany's been a friend of our family for so long, she would never hurt us, we realize that now, yada yada. And again, the whole point of this was never about sending Tiffany Haddish to jail. The whole point was never about, did Tiffany Haddish, does she deserve to, get in trouble? That to me, that was never the point. The whole point was, girl, there's no like, oh, now that this was dismissed, Tiffany's not canceled. Like, no, girl, like you made the video's done. The deed has been done. So it doesn't matter whether something was dismissed or not. The visual is there. The
And now
visual.
we've all seen it because it's been put in our faces. Like, Tiffany.
So for me, right now, everything is tainted. Like I don't really want to see a stand-up special personally. Like I'm not rushing to go see the next show or movie that you're in. Like that's my vision right now, and still kind of just trying to process like any joke you have, like about a child, or like sometimes I'm be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about Ari Spears because at no point did I ever care for Ari
Nobody cares.
Spears.
Nobody cares.
So good on him.
But
And
she
again,
lost all her job.
this is why you don't trust the. You got to be careful who you trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this
Or
woman really a
just use
friend?
your own discernment. Like, didn't you read the script and be like, I don't know. That's not a great. I don't know. I mean, I guess creatively before you do it, then what came out, maybe visually it came out to be something you didn't expect.
I can see that, but my thing is like, okay, if it was like Kevin Hart at his prime, and he's like, I got this amazing skit, and you looking at it like, Kevin, I don't know about this, but it's Kevin Hart at his prime. I'd give you that. But like Ari Spears, like, are we really in this place? Were you in this place? Like, he's gonna put me on. This is what's gonna launch my career. Like, I'm just trying to figure out because who I thought Tiffany was versus obviously what she's willing to do. In my mind, Tiffany would have read that script and been like, the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
especially she works with children on whatever that darndest show, Kids Say the Darndest Thing. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, they must have selected her because she's great with kids. And
Well, this was long before
well,
that, though. Like,
no, no,
she
no.
hadn't been on.
Yeah, I
Maybe
know
she
that.
needed the check.
True. I mean, very true.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't think she deserves to lose her entire career, but I do think she's gonna have to go sit down somewhere for a while.
Yeah, just take a chill. Just chill out. Get out the scene just for a quick little bit. Go on vacation. You know what I mean? Do some business. I know you're doing business stuff. Like, just do that on the low, and then
Yeah, open
couple.
the grocery stores in the hood like you were doing, and like just keep doing the Lord's work, and then come back great.
Yeah, a couple years from now, come on back, and yeah, there we go. Again, someone who you got to be careful who you trust in, right? You out here. I think the thing about cheating is there's different types of cheating. I think that there's physical cheating where you physically go have sex with somebody. I think that there's emotional cheating where you just having conversations. And then
Yes.
there's because I do know flirtatious people who do not cheat. But then there's like an overly flirtatious person where it's like you do that because you are stuck in a situation. And even though you may not act out on it, you continuously, it's almost like you're a serial flirter. You're doing it on purpose.
It's disrespectful.
And I think that's what Adam Levine is. I mean, but first and foremost, my question more so is like, the fact that the world was surprised that Adam Levine would cheat, like, it's a celebrity. Like, and he's in a rock and roll
And a
band.
rock star.
Exactly. And like everyone's
Musician.
obsessed with his body, and like everyone just screams when he's shirtless. You know what I mean? Like he had this little image, but for me, his image kind of went away a few years ago. But this girl came out, and now we live in this era where, I mean, girl, what was the point of this? She came out to share his text with her where he says they never hung out, they've never actually met, he just does this thing online where he talks to girls and he flirts with them, which again is like, are you that dumb? Like, again, know who you need to trust, because you just trust in these random people, and you should know better than that they might want something from you. And you out here telling girls that you gonna name your child your child with another woman after this woman? And like, what did this girl that you've never met before do to make you trust her that much that you could tell her that stuff? You know what I mean?
He
Like,
didn't trust her. He didn't even think. He's a freaking idiot that is led by his ego. He just wants to go back and forth with pretty girls and have pretty girls be hot for him and him be hot for them. And it's bullshit. And it is so immature. And it's like, go to therapy, dude. You have a whole wife and kids. Go to therapy and work out your ego shit so that you aren't doing dumb shit like this.
literally a whole wife. You are on
Stupid.
TV, people know you. Like
Dude, you're 45. However old you are, like
extortion.
these are childish games. Why are we playing these childish games? If
Extortion,
you don't
bro.
want to be married, then don't be married. But like, if you want to be with the flirting and all of that, just because your ego is so fragile that you need to be told every day how hot you are, like you need to go to therapy. Okay,
Right, and not only
pray.
that, but like if you need that, like just read a magazine because everyone be talking about it. So you out here needing to go the extra mile, then clearly something ain't right in the marriage, and y'all should deal with that. And again, like she said, go to therapy. Someone who else need to go to therapy is Jeffrey Dahmer. Like I know we all know the story and all that, but like, yo, I don't think I really knew the story like that because Netflix has it, and it's with what's his name from American Horror Story, Evan Peters, and what's his name, Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy, yeah.
And you know Ryan Murphy kills it. It gives me like the Versace kind of series that he did. Yo, I just was like, let me just watch the first episode last night, and the second episode was wild as fuck. Like it was It was actually like creepy. I had to turn it off because I was like, I can't go to bed off this. Like it was
Yeah.
dark. It was dark. That
He
man,
ate people.
girl, 8 people drank their
He
blood.
ate he ate them.
Like
Like
honestly,
I remember being a kid hearing about this, like thinking this was like the legit boogeyman monster kind of person. Like this is like real life nightmare person. Like how you
and
just eating people, cooking them up and putting them in your freezer and stuff.
right, and we normalize like meeting people off dating apps and things like that who we don't know, and it's like everything he did, like in the gay community, I'm like, oh my God, this is how normal gay guys meet up with each other, and this is so normal for someone to go over to a house. I'm like, and don't get it twisted because one day I will talk about 2017, but I mean, there are just crazy people out there. There are people that you don't know what their motive is. They will talk to you for, you know what I mean? Like he had the one guy that he was like actually like kind of dating for a while. Like normally it was just like a one night thing. He'd meet the person and do all his deeds there. But like there are crazy people out there, and you don't know how somebody's gonna tweak, how somebody's gonna turn. Again, that's why I deleted all my dating sites because the other thing about the dating site thing, I'm just like, we live in this world where it's like I'm not a cereal box. Like I'm not gonna like, here's my picture and here's like my height, my weight. Like it's just great. Like my height and my weight. Like what? Like
Right?
you got
None of your
grinder. They're
business.
like grinder. They're like, what's your dick length? What's your dick width? What's your like? What's your hole diameter? Like what? Like
Oh
what?
my
I mean, okay, it
god.
does not have that one, but like it might as well at this point. And it's just like I feel like these apps and things like that, like these dating sites, they numb us from actually communicating, which actually, and actually connecting with people, which actually makes it easier for people like Jeffrey Dahmer to access, manipulate people. And that is very scary to me. Like, honestly, like, I really had to get off all that. Like, I seen that, I was like, oh, hell no. Because, Courtney, you already know, it would be me, it would be me. It would just be another.
You would be there trying to talk him out of why he needs to eat people and be like, but you don't need to do that. Like you can be better than that.
Drugged
And
up
he would
too.
and you would be like, and then you would call me up and be like, Courtney, I met this guy. He eats people, but I think that I can help him. And I'll be like, Jesse, no, you need to
I'd be
leave
like, I'd be
now.
like, something's in this cup. You don't need to kill nobody. You don't need to eat nobody. Why would you eat people? Why would you
Like,
eat
it's not
people?
delicious. You
It's
don't
not
need to eat
delicious.
people.
Jesus will save you. Jesus will save you. But I recommend watching it during the day. Do not watch that at night. It's demonic. Like you don't need that before bed. All right, Housewives news. So I'm excited. This first of all, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hang it up. Hang it up. Hang it up.
How can we talk about how were they able to pull out 3 episodes of a reunion from this season? Like
Well,
why? There
no.
was
Here's the
no
thing.
need.
they weren't able to do it. They did it. They weren't able to because this one,
Terrible.
last one, like I don't even know what the fuck you could even talk about next episode of of
Exactly.
of
What's
substance.
left?
You should have
Nothing
crammed all the
happened.
good stuff in one episode and just backed it bowed out like our bad this season, guys. Our bad. You know
Like
what I mean?
we didn't do so good. Sorry.
Rumor has it is Portia might be coming back.
Good.
But
Thank God.
is Portia gonna be the catalyst to like really make the cast interesting? I feel like we need
It
one other
depends.
person. I feel like we need another
I
OG.
do agree. I think we need one other person. I think we need another OG. Didn't we talk about this last time? Bring back Portia and did we say Nene?
Well, I would like Nene, but I would take Eva
But
too
we
at
know
this
she's
point.
not.
I would take
She's not
Eva
gonna
at
come
this
back.
point. I don't see
Oh,
Nene
Eva,
coming back.
that's who I wanted back. Portia and Eva. Actually, I think Portia and Eva could make Sanya interesting. Because I don't know whether they would get along or if they would really get under her skin and let her, like, she would lose it more.
Possibly. I would like to just see Eva and Drew Sidora go at it because I just could see that becoming like a mess.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the four of them and then I think we keep Candy still. She's like the moderate in between, like, bringing the past and the future together. And she'll get messy enough by
Right.
telling people and passing the stories and all of that. And keep Marlo.
Yes. Agreed. Yep. Because this wasn't it. This season, absolutely not.
I'm sorry, Sheree. I think you're beautiful, but you are boring as fuck.
Yep. Like you did too much with the love after lockup. Who else we got? Oh, rapper Bia. She's got a new song coming out, and she's sampling Nene. She's using the bling bling. What is that sample? How does that go? It's like bling bling, I'm rich, something like that. So I'm excited to see. It sounded cute, so I'm like, all right, look. Hopefully, Nene get another check.
Hey, I was gonna say, hopefully she got a check from it.
Oh, someone who let's go over to Salt Lake City. We got Jen Shaw. I'm just gonna read it because it's quite a lot. It's not that much, but all right. So basically, Jen Shaw is going at it with this new girl on the show, where Jen basically posted that she doesn't know who the girl is because I guess the girl talked about Jen's outfit or something like that. And she said, "We don't know her. Don't come for me wearing Macdougall 1984 prom dress. Save your pennies. You're the one not getting paid and working for free." Basically alluding to this new girl, not really a part of the cast, and she's not getting paid, which I doubt that. I don't know if she's got a peach or not, but the girl's name is Dana Buinagret. And she posted, "Bitch, quit worrying about my Macdougall. What is that? Do you know what this is?"
I think there's a dress like designer called MacDougal,
Okay.
but I didn't understand why it was MacDougal. I don't know what they were talking about.
She wrote, "Because where you're going, they don't make Gucci orange jumpsuits. And I own multiple properties and businesses. I don't steal from the elderly. I also don't work for free, but you wouldn't know anything about that because you've never worked a day in your life. Worry about paying your mother her retirement money back that you took from her knowing you were guilty. Clink, clink, bitch."
I like the clink clink bitch. Like that worked for me.
It
That
made
that
me
was
be
a good.
like, who is this woman? I want to experience her. I want to see what this is going to be about. Because when Jen feels threatened, goes 0 to 100. So
Jen is a psychopath, and
she's
I'm very
is Jen
interested
a
in how
Gemini?
this season. I don't know what she is, but she is freaking insane.
Let me see.
I
I
will.
bet you she's a Libra. Interesting. Whoa.
Oh, child. Well, I look forward to this season of Salt Lake City and how this all plays out and at what point they pick it up. Like, do they pick it up when she's pled guilty? Do they pick it up before then? She's still in denial because I'm excited to see how all of her energy goes after pleading guilty to all those in front of those women. Like, how do you show your face ever again? Like, what kind of insanity has to be in your brain
I mean, the
to
fact
like, because she was insistent of her innocence and clearly has known this whole time she is guilty of sin. So I can't, like, I'm ready. Come on, Salt Lake.
I'm interested because, girl, you really went on TV knowing that you did this. Insane.
Knowing that you were doing it while you were on TV. Like, what is that psychosis? Like, what is that?
Ego that you think you can get away with that. That's insane.
Ugh.
Like the fact that you and like we're very confident on television. Like I would
Confident,
just look a
flashing
nervous
your
wreck.
money everywhere. Like, it was crazy.
Also off Salt Lake, Meredith Marks, her son Brooks has a new show called Growing Up Reality where he sits with other housewife kids, and honestly it just
I thought he was a fashion designer. Like, why is he?
Well, I would probably assume the fashion's better than this because it was horrible. It would look like they filmed it out of a garage. Honestly, remember the green room at AfterBuzz? Like, it legit looked like they just filmed the show in that. And his personality is not it. Like, it's not... Like, you couldn't have found anyone. Like, none of Teresa's daughters wanted to do this. Like, that's why I'm like...
Well, that's my thing. Like, did he come up with it on his own? Because he would be like the last person.
This has nothing to do with Bravo. This is not a Bravo show. It's like some random YouTube.
Because, like, he hasn't even been a child of the Housewives universe for very long. So, yeah.
Yeah, but that's out there if you want to go check it out. He talks with, like, Riley, Gia, a couple of the other girls. So... we'll see how that goes. Good luck with that one. Crystal from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, rumor has it, is she's trying to get Sarah Michelle Gellar to be a housewife next season or the following season after. I
thought Sarah Michelle was based in New York now, but I could be wrong.
Is she? I don't think so because I'm pretty sure.
I thought she was. All this time, I thought she and Freddie Prinze were in New York. They were not LA people.
No, as of a few years ago, I know someone who like lived right, like kind of behind them, and says they're very normal people. Honestly, like
yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I thought they were New Yorkers, because usually the celebs that like make their home in New York are the most normal ones, not the LA ones.
Yeah, that's why I don't see this being a real thing. I know it was just somebody tweeting at Crystal. They found out that she was like friends with her or something, and they were like, "Get her on." And Crystal tweeted back, "I've been trying. I would love to get her on the show." I don't see that for Sarah Michelle Gellar personally. But hey, maybe she...
I don't want that for her.
I mean, I don't know. Like, do the Buffy checks, are those still good? You know, what's Freddie got? You know, what financially, I don't know what they're doing, but hopefully they stay away from that. I don't know. I don't even see how her personality could mesh with these girls, personally. But
yeah, and I don't see her like being extra. It would be. I feel like it would be fake for her to be like super drama in the group, and like they don't need another bland person. They already have Crystal.
Oh. Right, and I want to continue to like Sarah Michelle Gellar, so
exactly.
Look, my little shrine back here. All right, let's talk about it. So then Lisa Rinna tweeted or posted on her Instagram stories the other day that she's the LeBron James of housewives. What does that mean, girl? Like, you are really thinking highly of yourself. Like, she basically was like that she carries a lot of the episodes and the show, and you know, there is rumor that for her to come back next, they're allegedly that she is requesting $2 million per episode. I
think it's $2 million for
the season. Excuse
me,
for the
season.
Because Nene was $1 million, so Lisa wants to be the highest paid housewife.
Yeah, and right now they say Candy is just under $2 million.
Okay.
So Lisa, she would pass Candy and be the most paid.
I'm sorry, girl. Like, I can do without Lisa. Like, honestly, truly.
Literally, after this season, I could be like, they could mix up Beverly Hills and I would be fine.
Agreed.
Change it up. I want Lisa Vanderpump back. Like,
Especially now that we know Garcelle's hanging out with Lisa Vanderpump, I think that's
because
super.
her son works for Vanderpump. That's a great story. I would want Vanderpump back. I want to keep Kathy Hilton. I want Garcelle. I know Cherie's getting a lot of hate today, apparently, on the Twitterverse
Why?
for her. Even though I thought it was funny that she signed her name to the card. And it's
I
like,
did
it's my
too.
gift too. But like, people were coming for her hard on Twitter, like calling her broke and trashy and just all kind of stuff, and saying she was the biggest disappointment of the season. I'm like, we
Uh,
barely got to see her. So how do you even have a judgment? Like, I just feel like Garcelle, Cherie, Kathy, Lisa Vanderpump, Sutton,
Honestly, and bring
and right now.
Kim, Kyle, and Kathy.
Oh, if Kim would, I don't think Kim Richards will ever come back though.
No,
I don't think she'll
I
come
don't think
back.
so either. But that would be very interesting TV. I would be here for
But
that.
that would be cute.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
I
honestly,
mean, you
and
can keep
Erica.
Kyle if you have to, but
I'm here for Erica. I think that she's
Erica
just
could stay. I'd be
Erica's
good with Erica.
entertaining to me personally, like versus Elisa. Like
Yes.
Lisa is not entertaining. We are again, if you
Because Lisa is performing.
right
Lisa is
where I feel like
performing.
Kyle, it's a little more because you need for this show you need either. I mean, honestly, Dorit does a pretty good job too of going running telling people's information. Actually, the girls do really good on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, we might be able to work without Lisa or Kyle, but I feel like if you get rid of Lisa, you need Kyle, or if you get rid of Kyle, you need Lisa because they're the same person basically.
I don't mind keeping Kyle. I don't mind keeping Kyle if we bring those other people.
Yeah, but funny, this episode made me realize like, oh, I actually don't need Kyle because she wasn't in the episode pretty much the whole episode. And I was fine with that. I mean, this was a real entertaining episode compared to most of the season. Oh, just saying. But let's get into this episode. So last episode, we saw Kathy. She was drunk and she stormed out of this party. Well, apparently all the girls went to a club later that night. And people were questioning, like, was she on medication? Was she mixing it with alcohol? Because she was acting crazy. She was yelling at Kyle. She wanted everyone to do the conga line, and basically all the girls were saying they saw Kathy in a way that they have never and could imagine Kathy acting. And I also thought it was interesting through the whole episode, it was like Erica was trying to real hard to try and like build this thing like we need to hold her accountable. And I'm just kind of like, girl, what? Like, I mean, people have bad days.
Bye.
People have bad nights. You know what I'm saying? Like, you clearly have more. This is the first time y'all are seeing that of Kathy. But, like, also this whole alluding, like, it was bad. I hate people like this. It was bad. Okay, well, what happened? It was just so bad. Like, honestly, I feel really uncomfortable. It was just so bad. Okay, well, what happened? It was just what? Girl, bye, leave. Bye,
If
Lisa.
anything, it sounded like all she did was she threw a tantrum like a child and was cussing and fussing about her sister.
And I can imagine what it is that she said about all the girls. No, she said something about everyone. It's unforgivable. She probably
said these
these
people ain't
bitches.
shit. They're beneath me. I'm rich as fuck. I've been rich my whole life. Like, who are these women and how dare they treat me like this? Like, fuck them and like all of that shit. Like, okay. The same way that if they got mad at Kathy, they'd be like, fuck that rich bitch. The same way they make fun of her constantly, like, oh, she needs everything and she's so needy and da 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 da. Like, whatever. She did not like try to stab somebody or fight anybody or snatch a wig. Like, whatever.
Right.
And I'm upset. I'm upset with the production team because every time we in Atlanta and we taking a trip, they rig cameras in the house. Why were there no cameras rigged in the house? Why is there no footage? I want footage.
Because it was Kyle's personal house.
Yes. So why can't they rig cameras? They knew they were going.
True that. You right.
I want to see Kathy's bitch fit. All I could think of was white chicks when they were like, she's going to have a bitch fit. And like,
You didn't want to drink my tequila. You didn't want to drink my tequila. You didn't want to drink my tequila. I'm leaving. Like, what, girl? Like, Kyle, you didn't.
Oh.
Kyle, you didn't let them drink my tequila. she was drinking 818. Like, her voice would be killing me. But you know whose voice would be getting me is Erica's. Like, we're gonna go get chocolate. We're the Lucy and Ethel of the chocolate factory. Like, hang it up. Why did we do this? Why were we at the chocolate factory with Dorit? Like, they are really trying to make... look, here's the thing. I actually like Dorit. But, like, Dorit is dry. She's not into...
She contributes the least.
Yes, but she's beautiful, and I like looking at her. And
Well, we like her clothes, and we like looking at her, so we'll keep her. If they want to do a cast of, like, 10, like they have. Like, but she would be at the bottom of the list in terms of people to keep around to me.
1,000,000%. Erica, I don't want to be the whipping boy. Which I was like, what?
Erica is exhaustingly ridiculous.
I don't want to be. First of all, the outfit that she wore, that crown with the short bob, I was just like, I get what you were trying. I can respect
Do you
the
get
art.
it? You get it?
No, I don't.
Was it New Year's Eve in the 20s or something? And she was the Statue of Liberty? Like, I didn't understand.
Girl, I was like, boop, boop, be-doop, boop. It was giving Betty Boop for me.
I was confused.
She's upset. She was upset with the Garcelle comment. All right, so I agree with this. I do feel like Garcelle should have made mention that she talked about her. You know what I mean? We saw on Watch What Happens Live, she did apologize that it upset her.
Well, she apologized in the episode.
She did in the episode.
Said,
she realized, right. and I think Garcelle knew that she should have, but it was just one of those things like, girl, I mean, like,
also
I don't,
super awkward. And
I don't think she
bring
cared that much. Yeah, I also don't think Garcelle gave two shits genuinely.
Pretty much. She's like, I still told you what I think anyway in person. Why do you care that I said the same shit on TV?
Period. Then we got the 1920s party. The fashion was, honestly, I think Garcelle looked the best, personally.
Garcelle looked great. I liked that outfit a lot. I like Cherie in the black wig. And they had their little lady moment, which was cute. I thought Crystal looked very pretty.
Yeah, but it was like I don't know what it wasn't giving me 1920s.
I mean, it is definitely style wise, it does fit. Because that was the Asian dress that I can't think of the name of was a thing in the 20s.
Okay, but what was
culture?
What was the knife in the blood cake? I didn't get that. It was like a knife stabbing the cake and blood was dripping over.
The knife in the cake?
Yeah, her birthday cake was an all-white cake with an orchid at the top of it, and there was a knife stabbed into it and blood dripping down the cake.
Was that like the Black Dahlia murders? Did that happen in the 20s?
Oh, maybe.
Wasn't there some kind of like Hollywood murder thing that happened in the 20s?
Let me see. Black.
I don't remember.
Dahlia.
I'm just making stuff up. I don't know.
I don't know because
I don't think I even realized.
Nope, that was 1947.
I mean,
that was the other thing. They kept saying it was a 20s party, but then like the jukebox was from the 40s. Maybe the Black Dahlia is from the 40s. Like, I don't know. It was just.
Well, maybe they just, Crystal is a save-a-hoe, like a frugal hoe. So she was like, no, this is close enough. It's just a birthday party for this TV show. I'm not wasting no extra money. She got her cute little earrings on Amazon. She a regular girl.
Okay.
We love Crystal for that.
Also random was the Crystal, Dorit, and Sutton talking about Don't Worry, Darling commercial. I'm like, are you trying to get them a talk show or something?
Oh, they've been inserting that all week, and it's like...
Oh, with the same three girls?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was like to the 12th degree. That was like painful.
It doesn't make you want to go see Don't Worry, Darling?
No, I already do want to see it, but based off of watching something else prior to that, this absolutely did not make me in any way, shape, or form.
They did not encourage you.
No, not at all. Let's see. We saw, what did you think of Crystal's parlor? I felt like it looked dated, to be quite honest.
I thought that's what they were going for, like an aged, like smoke room, like cigar lounge, like because it looked like they have like poker table in the little corner. Like, I don't think they were going for super modern, contemporary.
All right. Well, it was big though, and but it wasn't big enough for Lisa not to feel weird. Kathy came in. You could tell Kathy at first was like, it was like Kathy wanted to put her foot down, was like, no, I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be normal. You know what I mean? And she probably felt a little guilty about whatever happened. But I just thought it was so funny seeing Garcelle's face, because obviously Kathy kind of felt really comfortable with Garcelle and not really with anyone else. So she kept kind of hanging out with Garcelle, and Garcelle kept looking away like, uh-huh. That was interesting to me. And Lisa's like running around the whole party trying not to talk to Kathy. Like, girl, what?
Again, Lisa's acting. Girl, you do not have PTSD and can't be in the same room as Kathy because she cussed about her sister and threw a tantrum. Give
And
me
it's
a
just
break.
disrespectful.
She didn't try to cut you. She didn't try to stab you.
And like, do you know what PTSD really is that you talking about? You have it? Like,
Thank you.
is she triggering PTSD from your past of something that we don't know about? Or are you saying you have PTSD now from Kathy a couple days ago? Because if you're saying that, that's fucking wild and disrespectful to a whole bunch of people who actually have PTSD. Like, wild.
Agreed. And I'm pretty sure that's what she's trying. Yes, excessively dramatic.
Lisa is leaving because I saw the devil, and it is Kathy Hilton. You have been on this show for how fucking long? And you've sat across...
Girl, she broke a whole glass and made a shank and was gonna stab Kim Richards. Like, girl, if anybody should be stressed about being around somebody that loses their shit, it's everybody else around you, because you have shown your crazy.
Okay.
Unless you tell me that Kathy Hilton bossed up on you, tried to choke you out, tried to beat you with something, like physically harm you, you need to shut the fuck up.
Literally. And I don't see Kathy going through those motions.
She can't even move that fast. Look at her waddling around like she doesn't even move quickly.
Exactly. Garcelle apologizes to Erica. Then we see Crystal coming back and telling all the girls that Lisa is shaken up. And Kathy says that Lisa didn't seem shaken up in the car. And Kathy's kind of confused. Like, I mean, if I did something, like, I'm sorry, but like, tell me I did something. Which is also the other thing. Why everyone keeps talking about this accountability. So just say it. You guys have no problem just openly talking about anything else. So why wouldn't you just say, yo, Kathy, like, that was wild the other night. Is everything good?
Like,
like
girl, what was up with you? Did you have too much tequila? Like, what was going on? You said some wild stuff to us last night. Like, what's up, sis? Like,
oh, and I forgot. We need to get that Kathy tequila for next week, because what's it called? Damn it, I forgot that, because I'm like, shit, maybe it get you crunk. Like, maybe it really have you on the next level. I'm like, all right, Kathy.
Maybe we should be scared. Okay.
So then Erica goes into the room with Diana. Diana even says, yo, like, Kathy is a respectable woman. She's super classy, but who I saw that night, she was like, again, everyone has that. Everyone has that in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that we've never known Kathy as that until she gets on this type of reality TV show goes to show what this TV show will do. Jen Shaw. Like, if there is, and also I think it's interesting when Erica said that about Jennifer Lawrence. Because Jennifer Lawrence said that Erica was evil. And I thought it was really true for Erica to say, like, girl, you come on the show and I bet you Jennifer Lawrence won't be the most lovely little actress anymore. Like, we're going to see your dark side too. Because that's the point. Yeah. And we live in a community that feeds off of that. We love negative stuff. We want cheaters. We want to expose. And we're so obsessed with gossip that it's like, it's so toxic, and these shows are so toxic, and they're addicting. And I can admit, like, I have been addicted. People who are like, those shows aren't addicting. It's not like it is. It is addicting.
Yeah.
It is. There's just something about it, and I know it's wrong too. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, this is not reality, but these women are making it their reality. And you know, when you have things like Lisa Rinna and, you know, people like a Kathy Hilton who's been respected her whole life, and now what? Housewives is gonna tear Kathy Hilton down? Like, That's crazy to me. Like, what
Yeah.
world do we live
I
in?
just don't want her to run from it and let that be the last, like, Brenna basically saying what happened without any evidence of exactly how it went down. Like, don't let that be the
Well, that's what
narrative
is
going
interesting
forward.
because on Watch What Happens, honestly, they kind of all, because it was Erica and Dury, and the reunion was filmed a week or two ago, and they both kind of made it seem
Hmm.
like we're not going to really find out what, unless they were just doing that to cover up from what happens at the reunion. Next week, it looks like we get a little deeper conversation between Lisa and Kathy. But I'm excited to see the reunion. I mean, because the fact that they didn't take a cast photo, that is a first in Housewives history. And
Yeah.
I mean, this is family drama. Like, if it was like Sutton and Erica, I wouldn't believe the hype. But because this is
Yeah.
family drama, I'm kind of like, and Paris had gotten into it a few weeks ago on Twitter too. I'm like, oh,
Yes, she did. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's kind of
okay.
like why Jersey continued to work is because of family drama.
Right. And
And it,
which, honestly, I'm excited to see this season of Jersey too, because I don't know what's about to come out from the whole Melissa in situation, because apparently now I'm hearing that they were actually invited to the wedding from the beginning.
oh, yeah.
Melissa was supposed to be a bridesmaid, and it was like this whole thing with that new girl on the show and whatever. I'm excited because, again, Atlanta, you just let me down this season.
Atlanta definitely let us down, honey. Let us
And you've
down.
had a good run, because also Candy's the oldest, is the longest running housewife of
Longest running
all
house. Well,
time.
if she does another season, she'll be the longest, apparently.
Okay.
If she does the
Interesting.
one more season. So yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's all
Fascinating.
I got for this week. I'm excited for next week, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we get some good drama, some good tea uh
Some good tea.
on the last episode of the Roja reunion. Like, just some, maybe they just been holding it
We
out.
won't. Maybe we'll get some funny tea. Maybe it'll just be funny. Like, because that's the thing about Atlanta that also was missing. Like, Atlanta also used to be funny.
Yeah.
Maybe they can bring that back for this last reunion
Or at
episode.
least have
Just,
maybe like a moment where they all come together. You know what I mean? I genuinely do want Kenya and Marlo to, like, I like them as friends. I get when two messy
yeah.
people can't be friends with each other because it's
Yeah.
messy, but I do like them, and it would make my heart happy to see them be friends
Figure
with
it
each.
out.
Yeah, figure something out. Which, how do you feel about
Yeah.
the whole Erica and Sutton thing?
I think that it makes sense. And they said that from the beginning. Like, it's one of those things, like, in most situations, it's very rare that you really actually hate someone and don't want to deal with them. A lot of times it's you got off to the wrong start. Your communications don't mesh well together, and that's what makes you not whatever. So I think that Erica is in a tough place in her life. So anything that, and Sutton is hypersensitive about how Erica's life stuff would affect her, which was offensive to Erica, which always gave them
Yeah.
this every time. But like just as people, like what if none of this stuff was happening to Erica and they were just both rich, living their rich lives, like they would probably be chill people that like to drink together and talk about how they grew up in the South and whatever. They're both moms. Like, I don't think it would have been as contentious if it hadn't have been the places that Erica is in her life right now. So I think
Agreed.
it's cute, and I like Erica apologizing.
Right, me too. I actually like this episode. Her talking about how her losing that house, it just confirms my empathy with where her mindset is when she gets into these crazy
Yes.
things that we keep villainizing her for. I genuinely like, and maybe she would take offense to even hearing this, but like, I think a lot of people are giving her a lot more than we should. Like, I don't.
A whole lot of grace. She is getting so much grace for
Well,
her behavior.
no, not even that. But like, I low key feel like people think Erica is smarter than and again, not to say she's dumb or anything like that, but like, when I look at Erica, I just really look at like one of these house bunnies from Playboy. Like, she saw this man, she was like, "Fuck, I can deal with, I could deal with it. I'll fuck him. He probably doesn't even fuck all the time. Like, he's got money, he's fun. We have a good time with each other. He does his thing, I do my thing. I don't give a fuck what he does behind closed doors." You know what I mean? Like, I just genuinely, because her talking about losing the house, and for her to say like, I had to really come to the understanding, like, that was a chapter, like, that type of house is not for me, like, because she don't have that money without Tom. It was she was swept under her feet in her early 20s by this man because of the lifestyle he lived. And I think, to me, we're sitting over here thinking like she was there, like thinking he's the Bonnie to her Clyde. Like, no, that was the opposite way. But like, I don't think all that. I genuinely think it was like a low-key sugar daddy kind of, even though it was marriage and like a little deeper than that, but the essence of it gave sugar daddy.
For sure. I'm sure that is the case. But what I'm also sure of is that at a certain point, I don't think that she was completely in the dark. And that's, I'm not saying she was responsible in any way or any of that. And even her not being completely in the dark didn't mean she needed to act in any other way than she was acting. But it does mean, now that it has all come to the surface, the lack of compassion for the people that have been harmed is difficult to digest. Mm-hmm. Because I have said from the beginning, I agree, she is a victim as well of the whole situation to a degree. But there are also other people who were much more victims. Because clearly you still have a roof over your head, a very big check in your pocket. You are still wearing designer clothes on television, and you're on television. Your life is not what it was, but you are not in a freaking tent on the street with burns all over your body that you were supposed to get money to help your medical bills and you never got. So
being sent to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, exactly. So have some compassion, period. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we'll see where that ends up next week. Courtney, where can everyone follow you?
You can follow me all over that social media universe at Stuart Starlet.
Bam. Boom. If you guys are watching, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you tuning in every single week, joining the conversation. I know we had to change the time this week. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled program next week. Okay. Look at little Gigi. Look at little JJ. Boom. You guys
how she gets
hit us up everywhere at Next Mood Swing across all social media platforms. And again, subscribe. Hit that notification, leave a comment, all the good stuff, and hit me up everywhere at DJ Jesse J. Until next week, same time, same place. Peace.